Okay, so welcome to today's webinar, and I'm Sanchna, and I will be doing a webinar with you today. So I am an IELTS trainer, and we'll go through the webinar. And at the end, please feel free to ask whatever doubts you have regarding this webinar, regarding IELTS, regarding Red Fox Education. I'm happy to clear any doubt that you want to get cleared. And during the webinar, please feel free to, type down your questions in the chat box. And once I look at them, I will answer them. Yes. So to begin with, let me just share my screen. Yes. So
I
like
know.
you can all see on the screen, today we are going to talk about work and studies. But before we start with that, I would like to give you a brief description on what IELTS is.
कैसा हो गई?
Yes. Okay. So, okay. So let's begin with what IELTS is. So IELTS is an exam that you have to give if you want to go abroad to, study or work. It's basically testing your language skills, English being the language. So what happens is you have two different IELTS exams. One is your general exam and one is your academic exam. So if you are going to study abroad, then you will have to give your academic exam. And if you're going to work abroad, then you will have to give your general IELTS. So both has, a few changes and all. We have been doing webinars regarding the differences between academic and general exams. So please feel free to check our YouTube channel for, our previous webinars, and please check our website for the further webinars so that you can stay in touch and you can attend all the webinars with me. Yes. So again, IELTS has four modules: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So today we are going to be looking at speaking. And furthermore, in speaking, you have task 1, task 2, and task 3. So you have 3 tasks. And today we are going to be talking about task 1. But let me explain to you what is task 1, task 2, and task 3. And then we'll dive into task 1 today. So task 1 basically requires you to answer questions, direct questions, in very simple, sentences. You should answer in 1 or 2 sentences. Okay. So don't make it very elaborate. But at the same time, don't make it very short. So your answer and then one additional statement should be perfect. So we'll be looking at that today. And your task 2. So your task 2, when it comes to task 2, you will be given a cue card. You will be given 1 minute time to prepare, and you will have 2 minutes to speak. So in these 2 minutes, you will have to convey all that you have prepared during this 1 minute. Many people find this task 2 a little, challenging. But again, we will be doing webinars about that. You can even attend our classes for further practice. It's easy once you start practicing. And then you have task 3. And in task 3, what happens is they will pick up some particular, topic, not topic, but the idea from task 2. And you will have to answer in a very descriptive, elaborate manner in task 3. And this task 3 requires you to answer in, say, 4 to 5 sentences, and your total speaking test will last for about 11 to 15 minutes, not more than that. And it will happen on a separate day. It will not happen on the same day as your reading, writing, and listening. So today we'll be looking at task 1, like I mentioned to you. In task 1, again, you have different types of questions. There'll be questions about work and studies, which we will be looking at today. There will be questions about your favorite restaurant, your favorite food, the things that tourists can do in your country, your recent trip. There will be a lot of questions. Mostly it will be, you know, candidate centric. That is, it'll all the answers will be personal to you. That's how most of the questions will be. So the most common or one of the mandatory questions that you're going to get is about your work and studies. That is what we're going to be looking at today. So this is how it goes. Your question will be something like, do you work or are you a student? And your answer should sound something like, I'm a student at the moment at Kingston University in England. My degree is in engineering. So if you can see, do you work or are you a student? The answer to that is I am a student, right? But then a little extra information is provided such that I am a student at the moment at Kingston University. So where is Kingston University? In England. And what exactly are you studying? Okay. So this is what, yes. So this is what your answer should, look like, a good answer. If you just say, do you work or are you studying? And if you just answer with, yes, I'm a student, you probably will be losing a lot of marks, which will affect your band score. And for those who don't know about the band score, you have a band score from 1 to 9, 9 being the highest. And it's always advisable that you score 6 and above. That's a decent band. So speaking also carries an important role in your band. So it is always advisable that you know look into task achievement. So task achievement is when they have asked you to do something and you do exactly that. So if you're supposed to answer in one or two sentences, don't answer in one word or in one sentence. You can also say, I work as a data analyst for an insurance company in Osaka. So that's one sentence, but there is a lot of information in it. Now, if you can see below, they have mentioned that these sentences use present tense, simple present tense, and present continuous tense. Now, can anybody tell me what is simple present tense and what is the difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense? I'll give you a minute. You can either unmute yourselves and tell me the answer, or please feel free to drop your answer in the chat box. That should be fine as well. Please don't tell me I have a very shy set of audience today. Any interesting people today available? Somebody who would like to, take the risk and give me an answer? Nobody? Okay, I'll give you the answer myself. So your simple present tense basically is just a very, very simple statement in the tense that is happening right now. So I study, I write, I read, I go to the park. All of these are simple present tense. Whereas present continuous tense is when the work is continuing. I am studying, I am working, I am going to the park. When you put your ing in it, it's continuing. So I am studying at Kingston University. So that is present continuous. So you can either use a simple present tense or you can focus on a present continuous. Both is absolutely right when it comes to your task one. So next we're going to be talking about work, studies, and where you live. Now, work and studies we've seen. Where you live again is a very, very common question that you will get. So now this where you when it comes to where you live, your question will be where you live. Now say I live in, let's say, Germany. No, I don't live in Germany, but let's say I live in Germany. The next the question is going to be what do you like about Germany? Okay, what is famous in Germany? What are the eating habits in Germany? This is the questions that you will receive next. So these are things that you have to remember when you are going to talk about the place that you live in. You can either mention the city or you can even mention the country. That should be absolutely okay. So in these situations, it is advisable that you use present continuous tense so that it's easier for you to speak about it. Okay. Okay. So actually what you can see on the screen is how we work at Red Fox Education. This is how your lessons will look like. And I will be taking you through your lessons every day if you subscribe to classes like this. So let's see, this is from IELTS Beginners, lesson 7. So this is how we will be going through all of the lessons every day. And I will be clearing your doubts. And we will also be going through pre-recorded videos. We will be doing a lot of activities and assignments. So all of this also will be happening. Yes, so coming back to the webinar. Now, there's another example that's given for you. Can you tell me something about your studies? So, well, as I said, I'm studying from an engineering degree. Sorry, I'm studying for an engineering degree. I decided on this course because my best subject at school was maths. I'm finding the mechanics a bit of a struggle, but I am sure I'll be able to understand it if I work hard and keep trying. So please do not answer your task one. Okay, your task one so elaborately. You can have this for your task three probably. Okay, and further going ahead, I want to share with you that when it comes to IELTS, it is not compulsory that you always speak the truth. I want you all to remember this. This is not something that everybody might tell you, but it's better to keep in mind. You don't have to actually speak the truth all the time. So, say your task one, you come up with the examiner asks you a question, something like, have you been on a cruise before? For those who have been on a cruise, wow, great. I hope you had fun. You will have a lot of things to talk about. But say, for those who have not been on a cruise, if you go ahead and tell them that, okay, I have not been on a cruise, then what happens? Once you tell them that, you run out of things to speak, you run out of content to speak. So never mention anything that you don't have content about. So even if you've not been on a cruise, you can always say something like, yes, I remember the summer when I went on a cruise and it was a lovely experience, and I remember overpacking, something like this. Just make up a story. They don't really want to check if what you're speaking is true or false. They just want to see, they just want to check your communication skills. Okay, so that is something again that you can keep in mind. Yes. Okay, so because here they say that the PDF will help you with some grammar rules, let's just check out the PDF today. So this is how you will have a homework table for every single lesson, and again I will be taking you through those lessons so that it'll be very helpful for you. This is how your exercises will look like. Okay, this is how your questions will be actually when you go for your exam. So we as in the tutor and the student will be practicing all of this in the classes. So this is something that you can look at. And then we are going to look at, let's see, present continuous. So this is all the grammar that I would like to share with you today. So present continuous basically involves a situation that is happening right now. Okay, that is in continuous tense, that is continuing in the present. You have to use ing for all the situations. A verb plus ing basically is continuous. Yes, and further on, let's just look at these bullet points that says uses of present continuous tense. So for actions that are in progress, exactly what I told you right now, we are doing a webinar. So doing, D-O-I-N-G, it's a verb, D-O plus there's an ing. So, you are listening to me. I am speaking. All of it goes in continuous tense. Temporary situations, okay? It is raining. So, is it going to rain forever? No, right? It's going to stop. So, it is raining. Things which are slowly changing, okay? Let's say you are gaining weight. So, you don't gain weight in a day, right? So, you are gaining weight, something that's happening very gradually, okay? Yes, new or temporary habits. I have taken up painting. So when I say I have taken up painting, that means I have just started it very recently. So again, I have taken up painting. Painting is a continuous verb. So let's look at examples. Would anybody like to read out the examples? Or should I go ahead and do it myself? Okay.
Okay, I will.
Yes, please do. Okay,
John
wow.
is teaching at the moment.
Yes, very nice. The next one.
John is teaching at the moment. I am working in London office for the summer, working in London.
Okay,
They
one.
are building houses. Okay.
Okay, yes, go ahead. Then at the end, I'll explain. Yes.
Okay. There are building more houses in my hometown. I am drinking tea instead of coffee these days.
Very nice. Can you please give us your name?
I am Sonia.
Sonia. Thank you so much, Sonia. I really appreciate this. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, like I told you before. So John is teaching at the moment. Okay, at the moment. So that is happening right now, like how we are doing this webinar right now. I'm working in London office for the summer. So that means only for the summer. Okay, so that's a very short period of time. He or she doesn't usually work in London. Next, they are building more houses in my hometown. So you can't build a house in a day, right? Or it can't happen just in a month. So it's going to happen slowly. So there's gradual change, and that is what they've mentioned there. And I am drinking tea instead of coffee these days. So again, I have switched to tea. I have a new habit now, okay, which has started very recently. So these are your examples for continuous tense. Now, like I mentioned to you in simpler terms where verb plus ing, they have given it to you here in a little more advanced thing saying subject plus be plus verb ing. Okay. So be verb is, am, was. That's a little more into grammar. If you would like a webinar on grammar, IELTS grammar, please do drop, a message in the WhatsApp group. And once I receive the message, I would love to do a webinar on IELTS grammar for all of you. Yes. So, so it's like subject, let's say Sonia, because Sonia has been, a wonderful guest today. So Sonia plus be verb. So when you put be verb, we can say Sonia is, and then verb. So listen, and then we can put ing. So Sonia is listening. Okay. So this is how you can split and you can make a present continuous sentence. And in the beginning, it is always advisable that you write. Okay. Even though the exam is for speaking, write, practice writing, so that when you're speaking, your mind automatically, puts together verbs and words and makes together a sentence. You don't have to think too much. Okay. Practice. I don't know how many of you are going to believe this, but the key to cracking the IELTS exam is practice. The more you practice, the more confident you're going to be, and the more confident you are, the better you're going to do. So please practice. Now, there are some more examples below. So would anybody else like to give a try just now? Anybody would like to read the 3 examples below? Yes? Nobody? I think one of you have unmuted. I can hear some volume. Does anybody want to read the 3 examples, or should I go ahead and read them? Okay, I have a message. Okay, that's from Sonia. Okay, last call. Does anybody else want to read it? Yes, Sonia, you can go ahead.
I am studying finance and accounting at university.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, go ahead, Sonia. I'm studying finance and accounting at university. Next. Sonia, are you there?
Oh, sorry. It was unmuted actually.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm studying finance and accounting at university. She is wearing more fashionable clothes these days. They are both working for the same company.
Superb, Sonia. Thank you once again. Okay, just a small thing for all of you. She is wearing more fashionable clothes these days. Okay. So again, we will also do another session on pronunciation, because different words are pronounced differently in different regions. And it is important that when you go to your IELTS exam, your pronunciation should be correct. People don't look at the accent. So what happens is many of them confuse accent and pronunciation. So accent is something that, it's a style of your speaking, whereas your pronunciation is the how you spell a word. Okay, how the sound of the word. Okay, so IELTS exam doesn't care about your accent, but it cares a lot about your pronunciation. So and it's very important that you don't fake an accent. Some people try to speak like as if they are from a different region. Please don't do that. The best accent to have is a neutral accent that everybody can understand. That is the best that you can have. Whereas your pronunciation has to be, on top, at point. So always focus on your pronunciation. We will do a webinar again on that on request. So if you want any topic of a webinar to be done, please put it in the WhatsApp group and I will look into it. So like Sonia mentioned to us, I am studying finance and accounting at university. That is how you put ing into a sentence. She is wearing more fashionable clothes these days. Again, present continuous. They are both working for the same company. So this is how they have put in subject plus be plus verb plus ing. Yes, now let's go to the next page. And now they gave you a positive, now they're giving you a negative. Now, because I'm feeling guilty to make Sonia read every time, I'll read the negative examples for you. I am not living at home at the moment. Look at how they have added a not in there. Okay, I am not living at home at the moment. He isn't drinking coffee much these days. Here they've added the negative to the be verb itself. Isn't. Is the be verb, they have put isn't there. They aren't building any cheap housing. Again, they've added the negative to the be verb. Yes. Now, anybody else wants to read the questions? Anybody at all? Okay, yes, Sonia, would you like to read that for us as well?
Yes, sure.
Yes, please go ahead.
Is she living in London at the moment? Are you
Sonia,
still?
okay, yes, please go on, Sonia. And Vijaya, I will give you a chance for the next thing. I'm sorry, I saw your message just now. Yes, Sonia, please go ahead.
Okay. Are you still studying economics at university? Why aren't they building any cheap housing?
Okay, yes. So the same things that you saw above, but they have just, changed it a little bit and put it in the question form. You should also know to ask questions when you're answering things. Like, for example, could you please repeat the question for me? Those would not come into continuous, but please learn to ask questions. It's okay to ask your examiner to repeat a question while giving your examination. Now, there is something called contractions. Contractions basically is just shortening words. So instead of saying I am, you're going to say I'm. Okay. So there is a list here. Let's just, go through that. And this time, can Vijaya please read the list for us?
Sure, ma'am. I I am. We will speak like that. Am.
See, I'll tell you how to read. You can read like that. Okay.
Okay.
I am. I'm. You are. You are. Like that.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. I am. I am.
Very good.
You are. You are.
Very good.
He. He is.
He's. Very good. Superb.
She is. She is. We are. We are. They are. They are.
Air. Okay. Superb. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vijaya. I don't know. All the boys are so silent. Okay, fine. But I'm at least happy that, I got such wonderful guests today. Wonderful. So when you put a negative form into this, automatically you have to add the N apostrophe T. So what happens is I am not becomes I'm not. You are not becomes you're not. Vijaya, can you go ahead and read this table for us as well?
Sure, ma'am.
Yes.
I am. I am not. I am not. You are not. You aren't.
No, you aren't, or um,
You
okay,
aren't.
you aren't, whereas we put the negative in the R, otherwise you're not.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Yes,
He is not. He isn't, or he
he's
is.
not.
He's not.
Superb.
She is not. Is where we should like to call that he isn't or he is not. She is
He
not.
isn't, she's not.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Next, it is not.
It is not. It isn't
Superb.
or it's not.
Superb. Very good.
We are not. No, we aren't or we are not.
Superb.
They are not. That they aren't or they are not. They are not.
Very good. Very nice, Vijaya. Very good. I hope all of you understood how to pronounce these things. Whatever Vijaya pronounced was absolutely right. Okay. And see, like how we practiced all of this at the end of your lessons, you will also have worksheets like this so that you can test your skills. And once you complete the worksheets, you can always speak to your tutor and you can get her feedback or his feedback. So like I mentioned to you, this is how your classes will look like, and this is how your classes will go on. Today we have just covered a very small topic so that I could give you a description about how the classes move on, but then you will have further slides like this, And then you will have pre-recorded videos from our British tutors as well. I'll just play one for you
Hello
for
and
a
welcome
minute.
to lesson 7, another one of our speaking lessons, this time focusing on questions about studies and hometown. These are two of the most popular part 1 topics, and it's highly likely that you will get at least one of these on your speaking test.
So this is how British tutors we have pre-recorded videos from British tutors, and you can always, go through all of this, and you can either study with us or you can even purchase material. Both options are available. So like some lessons have one video, some lessons have more than one video. Like you can see, this is the second video in the lesson.
Okay, so moving on now to questions about your hometown.
This is how the videos will be, and we will be doing this as well as, the other things in class. Okay, so do you have any doubts regarding, the webinar or any other general IELTS topic? Okay, I'll give you a small description about Red Fox Education. So Red Fox Education basically is an edtech company, and we offer not only IELTS courses, but we also offer other English, maths, and science courses as well. In case you're, looking for your younger ones, either your siblings or your children or your, niece, nephews, anybody. So we do that as well. So when it comes to IELTS, we have 3 courses: beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So beginners, I generally suggest the beginners course for those who have not given your exam before. The intermediate course for those who have given your exam before, but now you're trying to get a better score. Or even if your language command is very good, I would generally put you into the intermediate instead of the beginners. And the advanced is for those who just want, last minute preparation. So these are the 3 courses that we offer, and we offer it in both batches and one-on-one. So your batches, we don't have huge batches like 50, 100 and all. Can somebody guess what is, our batch strength? Anybody? You might be
20.
seeing so many posts and all. Yes, please.
Might be 20.
Okay, what if I say it's lesser than 20?
Okay.
Anybody can make one more guess before I give you the answer? Nobody? Okay. So our batches, we do not have batches with more than 5 to 6 members. So our batches are, we keep students that low. I have had batches with just 2 students also, because for us, what happens is when it is more than 5 or more than 6, students do not get individual attention, and a student requires individual attention, especially when it comes to your IELTS exam, something so important. So our batch strength is not more than 5 or 6, maximum 5, 6. It's mostly 4, 3, something like that. So for further, doubts and anything, you can refer our website. We also have a mobile app. So I will put the link in the chat box. Please do check the link, and you can check our Facebook and Insta page as well. So you can go through all of that. You can find everything on the website. You can find our tutors profiles. You can find their videos. You can find our material. You can even, avail free material and stuff. There are a lot of complimentary things on the website. Check the website, check the mobile app. There's a lot of IELTS material on the mobile app. So that will be very, very helpful to you. So you can go through all of that. And I would be excited if I see even one of you in classes. It would be a wonderful thing. So any doubts before I wind up? Anything about Red Fox, about general IELTS, about the webinar that happened today? Any doubts at all?
Yes, ma'am. I have a small doubt.
Please go ahead.
I want to know about this writing skills, ma'am.
Okay, writing skills as in, like, can you give me a little
Like,
more information? Yes.
yeah, ma'am. Like they gave one topic, right?
Yes. When it comes
So,
to writing, you have, like
yeah,
I
ma'am.
mentioned, how you have general IELTS and academic IELTS. Now, if you do your general IELTS, you have to do a letter writing and an essay. Okay. Whereas if you do your academic IELTS, then you will have to do a bar chart, pie graph, something descriptive, and then you will have to do uh, an essay again. So the essay is a common thing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Have 1 hour exam. And your writing skills, as in, again, you have to practice your grammar, your sentence structure, your there's something called coherence, okay, cohesion. All of that goes into your essay. So in case you are looking for special practice on writing, we also have a separate course for only writing as well, in case you're looking for something like that. If you do not have the time for a course, you can always purchase the material from the website, and you can do your self study also. This is another option that is available.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, any other doubts from anybody? Okay, so I had a wonderful session today. Thank you for being such great audience today. So take care, and I will see you in the next webinar. Please check our WhatsApp group for further updates. You can also check our Insta and Facebook page. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.